Utahns will celebrate the pioneers who settled the Salt Lake Valley.
At the same time, one Utah woman is remembering her mom's modern pioneering during World War II. News specialist Sam Penrod has their story.
At the start of World War II, the U.S. military enlisted thousands of men. That left America's industries with gaping holes and the need for women to take on those responsibilities. One woman's unique skills made her a pioneer in a field traditionally reserved for men.
My mom was Cecilia Paderewski. She was born in 1913 in Granite City, Illinois. She wanted to put forth an effort for World War II, and her effort was to help in the design of the bombers, which were the B-24s, and also with the C-39s.
Cecilia Paderewski, or Cece, became one of the first females in the field of aircraft design. But she didn't just fall into it. She graduated from UC Berkeley with a degree in aeronautical engineering and design.
Her specialty was in the instrumental part of the design as well as some of the fuselage design.
But even with her specialized education, Cece still resorted to working as a staff artist at Fox Movie Studios.
My mom was very artistic and creative, and she did backdrops and did the artwork.
While working in the movies, she made friends, including Humphrey Bogart, Shirley Temple, Charlie Chaplin, and Jean Harlow. And as the war intensified,
it was very common during World War II for families to get involved in any way that they could. And her two brothers were actively involved in World War II.
Cece found a job with Consolidated Aircraft where she helped with cockpit instruments, the fuselage, and the heating and cooling of the planes.
At that time, there didn't exist anything for heating and cooling, and so she was instrumental in making sure that there was proper venting, because it can be extremely hot or extremely cold when flying. Mostly cold, especially the higher the elevation, the colder the temperatures.
With an influx of female workers, many businesses ran into some challenges, and one of those challenges was very unique for Cece.
She worked with all men. They didn't even have women's restrooms because there were no other women. And so she had a restroom just for herself.
Even though Cecilia Paderewski was the only woman design engineer in the United States for the B-24s and the C-39s, there is one thing she never wanted to do.
She always admired the planes. She had been in the cockpits, but she just had no inclination of flying.
Cece moved to Salt Lake in her golden years to be near her daughter and grandchildren.
She was very instrumental in what she did, not only for our country, but for our family.
Cece has always been a role model for her family and a true pioneer for women in the aviation industry.
It's just important for women to think beyond the box and do what you think is helpful and constructive and beneficial, not only to your family, but also to other people in the world.
Sam Penrod, KSL 5 News.
Remarkable woman.
Story.
It is. I loved it.